We are celebrating again today for the second business along the Ames Avenue corridor to bounce back after suffering a major disaster.
John Chapman reports keeping those doors open is vital to the North Omaha community.
Scooter's Coffee on North 30th and Ames is officially reopened. The celebration attracting a large crowd of people who have waited a long time to get a cup from their neighborhood coffee shop. About a year ago, it didn't seem like this day would come. The building was hit by a truck, destroying the drive-through and damaging the structure of the building. But Julian Young, the shop's owner, fought hard to reopen.
It's hard to create jobs and trap wealth within your community without local businesses that are up and running and being successful. We're grateful for all of the support that the community has given us. We're excited about the turnout here today. But again, this store reopening, it's just fulfillment of the mission to bring this part of our community back to its vibrant economic days.
And for them to actually come back and actually go ahead and survive everything that they've been through as far as being closed for almost a year, it's amazing. It really is.
Jay Overton knows exactly what Julian has gone through. In March of last year, a major fire forced his Jim's Rib Haven restaurant to close for about a year. But the restaurant reopened on 30th and Ames and came back stronger than ever with the support of the community.
It shows people that we are resilient in this area. Even though we've gone through the things we've gone through with our businesses, this coffee shop being here gives us an additional space to actually go ahead and actually have meetings, and it gives people hope.
Overton says it takes a lot of money to come back from a disaster, and it takes support to keep the doors open after the rebound.
North Omaha is strong, and that we have the ability to actually bounce back from whatever actually comes our way. And I'm grateful that the community has supported us through that process, and hopefully they'll come and actually support him through this process down here at Scooters.
On your side in North Omaha, I'm John Chapman, 6 News.
Both business owners hope keeping their doors open will attract more businesses to the area.